my name is Robyn Franklin. I am 17, nearly 18. I'm from a small town called George, just right at the bottom of South Africa on the coast. It goes back to when I was in grade 8 actually. One of the girls that was in, I think, grade 10 or 11, Yakume Pretorius, she went to the first 2014 Rhino Summit. And she came back from the summit and gave a talk in assembly about rhino conservation, wildlife conservation, and everything that comes with it and what she learned at the summit. And I was just blown away. I just walked out of the assembly not believing what I'd heard and wanting to get involved immediately. So I got involved with our rhino conservation committee at school, environmental conservation club at school, and since then I've just been dedicated to wildlife conservation and everything. So I head up both the committees, and it's actually awesome that Yakume is here again because she's literally the reason I'm here. She inspired me to be where I am. Dr. William Foltz, his talk was it was very realistic about certain sides of conservation that you don't see. It's not just good, it's also bad. It's an emotional roller coaster. You get connected to these animals and it's a journey, like personally for yourself very much. And I like that it's not just fairy tales and the statistics and this is what's happening and we need to do this. He also shows what it can take on you as a toll, as a person. Like, that was also really awesome, but also made you want to do it more because it just shows if you have that passion, it's worth it. Like, you can see he loves his job, he loves his life, so I think that was really inspirational. I'd have to say information, knowledge. Learning from these people who've spent their lives doing this, learning what not to do, what to do. Listen here, we can't do this, let's do another strategy. It's really awesome to hear from them and say, okay, this is not what's happening and let's try an unconventional way, which you don't hear about in the news. Like, the youth are watching the news and they're seeing, okay, this is what's happening with rhino conservation, they've got this under control. But you don't see the other side of it, that, some things aren't working. But some things are, which is really, really inspirational. You don't necessarily hear about these inspiring stories. And for me, the most important thing that I've learned so far is information. Being way more aware of the topics that we're dealing with than what I walked in with. I walked in with a very basic, actually, knowledge from what I'd learned in school and on my own in research. And it was really, really useful to walk out of this and be able to do a talk at my school and say, I have the facts from experts in the field. And that's just a really awesome thing. I would recommend it to anyone. It's been awesome. You walk out of every talk and you think, wow, I wish I'd seen this 3 years ago, so it was awesome. I think life-changing.